So welcome back. Now we're ready to develop this schedule. So we have our interest expense, 3.5% set up for us in our due summary section. We'll reference that there. Also, we know that we have an opening balance here, which is 0. And then we're gonna account for the draws and the repayments and the interest accrued during this term. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna draw $5 million to acquire the land. So $5 million will be drawn to acquire the land. So we have to account for that on this first date. Then going forward, the draws we're gonna be made on another different formula, which I will explain in a little bit. So first of all, we're gonna say equal to if for the draws, since we're gonna be building another formula going forward in this same cell, we don't need to use an if statement. So instead, we're just gonna reference whatever draws we'll be drawing from the due summary section. And we know that the land loan draws is $5 million. For the repayment, we're gonna say we will be paying the minimum of whatever cash is available to pay down debt, that is whatever cash from the proceeds to pay down capital. So we're gonna be paying the minimum of that amount, or the sum of the opening balance plus the draws plus the accrued interest. So we're going to be paying the minimum of those things. So we're saying that if there is a lot of cash available, then we will pay the lesser of whatever we have available, or the opening balance, or whatever draws, or the interest accrued. So by the end of our financing, of our end of our debt schedule, we should end up with a zero balance of debt. So the interest accrued is a different formula. So we're saying that the interest is going to be accrued every month. We are setting the draws to be within the month. Okay, so we're saying that it's gonna be equal to, open the bracket, the opening balance plus the draws, okay, divided by 2, because we know that it should be an average. It should be within the month that those draws will be made. So the interest is gonna be paid based on an average within the month. So we're saying that opening balance plus the draws be divided by 2. We close that, and then we multiply it by the interest rate that will be paid, will be accrued each month. So we reference the rate there, interest rate, and we know that it's a monthly interest rate, so we divide it by 12. We close the bracket and we press enter. So we can now auto sum, which is the opening balance plus the draws less the repayment and plus the accrued interest. Remember, this we already made it negative, so that's why we just use the auto sum. And our next year opening balance will be our previous year closing balance. So this is a corkscrew calculation. So going forward, to pay down these going forward for the draws is going to be based on another formula. So we're going to say if, in bracket, if the date that we are in is greater than or equal to so the draws will be made if the date that we are in is greater than or equal to the date at which construction starts, because that's when the draws will be made for further for further funding of the project. So we say if the date that we're in is greater than or equal to the date at which construction starts, and if we go back this opening balance is less than if the opening balance is less than the maximum loan amount, then what we want to do is we want to draw the cost to fund. So we will set that number positive. So we go back and we set the number positive. We're going to draw the cost to fund the project, which is right here. So that's what we're saying. We say if the date that we are in is greater than or equal to the date at which construction starts, and if the opening balance is less than the maximum loan amount, then we want to draw 100 whatever cost to fund the project will be at a time. Otherwise, we're gonna draw nothing. And if the other statement, yeah. So otherwise we're gonna draw nothing, and then we close the bracket and we press enter. So that's the formula there. So for the repayments and the interest, we can copy this and we paste it just like that.